wanna let me go? Now, are you saying that to change your mind? For love or pity, let me know.
Yo, welcome, welcome. Hope all of you are doing well. Absolutely. Appreciate you clicking in on the video. We'll be talking about Garmin and the TBM, take it IFR instrument, flight rules, flying on the VATSIM network. We won't talk about none of the actual flight mechanics on this video. Keep it nice and short, navigational systems only. Welcome. All right, without further ado, let's jump into the cockpit. We don't have our buttons set, so we'll just get right down to it. Let's go ahead and check and make sure, first of all, that our controls are set here. Looks good. All right. So we're talking about the Garmin. As you load up Cold and Dark, you'll need to hit this button over here. Points to it. You'll load up. Here we go. We've not touched the button since we loaded in. We're sitting on the ground at Portland International Airport. And again, we're not going to talk about any of the actual flying of the aircraft, flying it with our honeycomb yoke. Check out our setup. Let's go ahead and touch the left Alt and L button for the flashlight. Neat little trick there. Alright, so as we sit here on the ground, we already have our flight plan. And so with this flight plan, all we need to do is file it. It's got all the information. We'll have 4 people on board. We'll be taking pounds. We'll generate that flight plan. So we'll talk about pretty much getting set to take off. We won't do an actual takeoff, and we probably won't do an actual taxi in it. And this is just to get you guys going. We posted a video of taxiing not that long ago, so check that out. We'll have 833 pounds board for this flight. And with that, so there's the information that we need. Let's go ahead and plug that in here. So as you can see, in that flight plan, there's our call sign, Papa Juliet Echo 464. We're at TBM-9. Taking off out of Portland, we'll be headed to Seattle. Flight level put us at a cruise. Airtime 45 minutes, so we may want to bump that down to 260. Make sure that you clear the minimal height, altitude for the flight, meaning mountainous terrain, anything like that that could be in the way. Again, so our departure time be estimated for 0305 Zulu. Airtime on it will be 45 minutes with a block time, gate to gate. Unload and unload of hour and 13 minutes. Again, 833 pounds of fuel. our route looks to be direct to the Cougar, direct to Craig, and we'll be joining a Hawk 27 arrival, the Hawks 7, sorry, correction there, arrival for, let's see, runway 34 right. So there's our ID. We'll be taking off 10 right. And with that information, let's go ahead and get things plugged up. So on our map, there's the weather selection, there's the map. When you're on the map screen, you can use the scroll button for the Garmin, just to get a better understanding of how you'll taxi around to the runway that you'll be taking off from. Again, so we'll start here. These buttons here control, that's primary flight display of information, and the master. And so with the primary, you've got navigational sources. We of course want to go to FMS on that once we plug all the information in, and we'll have our speed bugs for takeoff. We'll get a V roll of 90. We'll be approaching, that's the approach information too. With that, click back or click home. I like to click home on it. We've got our timers there in case we need any of that information. You've got where you can set the minimums, approaching runway, and different PFD settings there. So we'll go wind, option 1, AOA is on, cool, all that set. So let's go ahead and take a look back at the sim brief information that we're ready for. And let's start plugging in our route. So we'll go to the flight plan. We'll add the origin. We're sitting on the ground at Portland International, where the ICAO code is Kilo Papa Delta X-ray. We'll hit enter on that. We'll go to our destination of Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. We'll hit enter on that. The different waypoints that we were given were the Cougar, all right, it's in there. Sometime you may need to verify on SimBrief, and if so, all you do is you come down here to your flight plan and you look at the different waypoints. There's Cougar, and there will be the numbers, north coordinates as well as west coordinates. That should also read. Another trick there is to look for the miles. It should always make sense. Usually those other waypoints and VORs or coordinates may be lead you too far from where you need to go. So it may be, you know, many hundreds or if not thousands of nautical miles away, and that would signal, you know, something's not right there. So we'll add our next en route waypoint, which was Krieg. Scroll down there. I think that was our last one before we joined the Hawk 7. So now what we need to do is let the Garmin know. I mean, here's the basic flight plan. And so we'll go home, we'll go procedures. We'll look at our departure. It's a direct, so Portland 1. Okay. Runway we were given was 10 right. Cool. We'll load that. Alright, we'll arrive on the Hawks 7. Transition, let's look at it. Krieg runway, 34 right. There we go. We'll load that. The approach is for runway 34 right. There we go. Transition, none, and we'll load that. All right, as we get closer, we can always activate the approach. We'll click home, and we'll go back to our flight plan. There are the departure out of Portland. All right, we'll be on a vector pretty much straight out from 10 right. And we'll catch up to the waypoint there. We'll make our turns and navigate. All right, now here is the information where you can also plug in the height and altitude information, and where that is also in SimBrief. And if you look here at the top number, signals the flight level that you should be at throughout the different waypoints the SimBrief has given you. And so looking at this first one, it looks to be that, SimBrief initially gave us 330. We should have went back and edited that to change it to be what we wanted. I think we said, let's see. So 300, we said 260 or something like that. We would fly realistically on this. So first of all, also with that, if we're looking at our fuel there's 50%. Let's look at gallons. We needed 800 something. We'll take just a little bit more in case. And that's set. We'll call the ground folks up. Cool. All right. And so that's in there. So we have our different waypoints. Let's see. Kuga tells us we should be at 260. And we'll enter that. All right, and so forth. All right, and that'll let the airplane know whether you're on V mode, speed, or hitting flight level changes. Let's talk about some of these things over here. And so map, range, increase and decrease buttons over here. You've got different PFD settings. And some of these may be in op for now. All right, there's the PFD setting. So you have the altitude overlays, and you can kind of set things up how you want it. And of course, to go back, you would just hit this button here. All right. Active navigation. All right. Different switches, weather controls. All right. We would change our altimeter right here. And so if we want to just make it realistic as we were planning for a flight, we'll pull SimBrief back up. And there's the altimeter information, 3053. All right, that's in there. If we were taking off on the heading, we would be hitting that information there. And so let's go back. We've got our flight plan in. Let's talk about the comms. And so we'll go home. All that information is fine. Again, you can extend the range there. Increase it, decrease it. Alright, there's our route that we will follow to join the Hawks, as you can see there. Alright, so we'll go back. Now we'll hit FMS there. We know it's in. We see it here represented. We'll go to the master. We can choose weather if we want. If we wanted to go direct to us, ATC gives us. The way that I choose to do that is to simply pull up the flight plan. You would go to that waypoint, you would select it, and you would press direct to. It would ask you, are you sure? You would select yes. The aircraft would naturally start to navigate towards the direction. It will draw an extra line direct to, as you just told it to that waypoint or VOR. So you've got different waypoint info there that you can plug in and search for airports, VORs, etc. Another thing that we wanted to talk about, so we've got the procedures in there. We talked about the direct to here, and we wanted to talk about the comms. And so let's try and find it here. It's been a while since we've flown. There we go. Comms at the bottom. We would go transponder set. All right, ident. How ATC would give us that option to do that. Let's see here. Let's try to log on just to so let's see, we can change it here. We want to select 12435. We can put it there.
Coast Guard 153, the same for you. Indicate airspeed 180 knots or less. Just give me whatever speed reduction you can. Thanks.
Alright, I get down to a speed reduction.
Alright, we're on the VATSIM network. It's Oakland approach.
153, turn right, heading 090.
Turn right, heading 090, close to 153. That speed reduction might be a little hard on this airplane.
I understand, but it's going to help your turn. The more speed reduction you can give, you can throw flat
Alright,
out
so
bit. If you're able to without hurt anything,
there we go.
Down might help.
How you switch it is to press this button here.
Alrighty, will do.
You just throw it up there. Alright. Same thing. Press the top one and it goes back. Always press the top one and it goes back. It switches.
Expect 9,000 feet initially, fly level 370.
We've got the second comms over there. So if we wanted, we could dial in the
1654
ATIS information.
It's clear to Las Vegas, Eagles, gas rate 2 departure, poly transmissions on spot, maintain 9,000, expect flight level 370, 1 fast departure. Departure, you can be with you, 124.35, clock 1654.
November 34 Bravo, turn left heading 090, no delay on the turn, please. Left hand turn heading 090, thanks.
090 for 34 Bravo.
Coast Guard 153, fly heading 100.
Coast Guard 153, fly heading 100.
November 34 Bravo, level off at 4,000 feet, please. Thank you.
4,000 feet for 34 Bravo.
Coast Guard 153, DCMA, maintain 3,000 feet, no delay.
Descend and maintain 3,000, Coast Guard 153.
November 34 Bravo, climb back up to 4,000, turn left heading 090 when able, thanks.
Three for Bravo, I copy. I'm struggling here.
Coast Guard 153, 153, maintain 4,000. Actually, Coast Code 153, there's traffic at your 11 o'clock, 1 mile away. He'll be passing in front of you, left to right, see and avoid.
I have eye on the aircraft, Coast Code 153, I'll try to avoid him.
Thank you, sir. He should be passing off on your right side there.
Oh, yeah, he did a hard bank wheel. I had a mid-air collision with him.
I know there wasn't much I can do, just give you the point out on them. Coast Code 153, do you have the field in sight?
Negative, but I had it set earlier. This would be an outcut for it.
Coast Code 153, turn left heading 095.
And so,
Josh heading 095.
that's how you have it, friends.
Number 34 Bravo, if able, turn left heading 090.
That's how you have it.
090.
If we were going to fly right now, we would fire her up here.
You can expect a visual approach to runway 10.
Look for ITT stabilize.
ILS approach runway 10 right for Coast Guard 153, no problem.
Already
It'll jump.
continued ILS for 10 right, Coast Guard 153.
There we go.
Number
Hi,
34
Idle.
Bravo, continue left-hand turn heading 360.
And off.
Going to 360.
We tapped out at 5.
34 Bravo will maintain 4,000 feet for now. Thank you.
7-4.
4,000 for 34 Bravo.
All right, looks good.
Coast Guard 153, you are 7 miles from here and maintain at 3,100 or above until established. Clear for the ILS runway 10 right approach.
Coast Guard 153, can you
There's the park and brake. Landing gear is
Coast Guard
down.
153, you are now 5 miles from here and maintain 3,100 or above until established. Cleared for the ILS runway 10 right
Everything
approach.
looks good.
already
Got
maintain
the defrost
at or
going.
above 3,100 and cleared for ILS 10 right, Coast Guard 153.
Get the bleed, the auto.
Thanks for the help on the turns. Turn right heading 090.
Going right 090, 34 Bravo.
Auxiliary boost. Pump on, park
Delta
brake
8808,
on.
thanks for your patience.
Everything
Your
is
correct
set.
Call for push and start. Expect
We could go
runway
flat
10
one
right for departure.
if we want it.
Departure Delta 8808. I can tell you're busy. Stay safe.
Shut it down right now.
We'll do no problem in Delta 8808. Correction. Expect runway 10 left for departure.
There we go. So if you want it, guys, let's see, increasing our altitude.
Delta 8808. Can we take 10 left, please? We're heading.
We would just select it here.
Sorry.
That's a front.
Alright.
You can expect runway 10 left for departure for Delta 8808.
Vertical speed.
Delta 8808. I meant to say 10 right, please.
Vertical speed. We can select
Hey,
here.
no problem. 10 right it is for Delta 8808.
Sorry about that. My mouth.
We'll log off of the VATSIM network. That was just an example of the comms, the communications there. Set to push to talk. And you'll be ready to take to the skies, IFR style, through the clouds, even in the TBM, up to the 20,000s, or whatever the tops are in this bird. Again, we appreciate you guys clicking in the video. We look forward to you guys flying these these smaller birds. Also, if that's your, what you like, then why not, right? So truly appreciate all of you for clicking in on the video. Be sure to come back, catch us live here flying soon. That's how we get prepared to fly in the TBM. Our tips and tricks. And that's how we do it. Appreciate you guys clicking in. Once again, hit that like, hit the subscribe. We'll be sure to see you in a video coming up here soon in a live. No more videos other than tutorials on this, short snippets. This one just so happened to be on the Garmin. And the communication. modifications, kind of how you program the aircraft, get her set to go. Flight plan was active. We turned it on FMS. We activated everything else. Once we got clearance, we would have pretty much taxied to the runway, taken off. Before you hit autopilot in the TBM, you have to come up here. See that sign there? Turn autopilot off and trim on. But then we can turn autopilot on and trim. Alright, and there we go. Then we'll come down here and we'll select autopilot. We'll also, before we take off, we'll engage before we engage the autopilot, we'll also hit the yaw damper. Alright, so just a couple things on that. And there's the switches and the tricks. How we do it. It's your Chief Sim Pilot with you. Appreciate you guys clicking in the video. We're on the ground, Portland International. Might as well see some scenery, right?